In this video, I will explain components to you in more detail. So, as I said, components are used for elements that are repeated throughout the website. They can be exactly the same, or they can use variables to change the content. So, for example, if I take the primary button, I already showed you in the previous video that you can change the text of this button, for example, and also the link where it takes you to. So, okay, let me change the text to contact. It will take you to the contact page. Let me put it here to our website, and I will play the preview. Click on the button, and as you can see, it took us to the contact page. So this is how you edit each instance using variables. But if you want to edit every instance on your website, you need to double click, or just find it here in the assets panel, and it will take you inside the component. Each component has different variants. So it always has the main variant. It's sometimes called variant 1. And then you can create new variants. It works the same as breakpoints. When you edit the main variant, it changes all the variants. So for example, let me change the text to red here. And if you change like the child variant, it changes only for that variant. So let me make the blue text, blue background, for example. And now if I go to our website, you can see that every button changed its appearance to how we change it inside the component. So that are the simple components like buttons. Then we have more complex components, like the navigation ones, for example. Let me show you the navigation bar. In navigation bar, there are different links set. So if you want to change the links, you actually, for this component, cannot change it using variables from the outside, because there would be no point in creating variables when every instance of the component should be the same, because we want the about link to take you always to the about page, or about section on this website. But you can change it here inside the component. When you click on the link, again, link is a nested component. It's a component inside this component. So here you can change it using variables. So I want it to take us to the 404 page, for example. Now when I play the website, click on contact, it takes us to the 404 page. Okay. Another thing you can do is to use different variants in different breakpoints. So if you double click on the navigation bar, it will take you to the layout template used for this page. That's something similar to components, layout templates, but it's used for pages. If you want every page on your website to have the same type of layout, like you want every page to have the navigation bar and the footer, then you can create a layout template for that, put these two elements inside, and then when you create new page, let me create about page, for example. When you create a new page, let me just put an element here so the navigation bar is visible. You can see that the new page is using the main layout template, and it has the navigation bar and the footer. So if you want to edit how every page looks, you just go to the layout template, and then what I wanted to show you is that the components have the different variants, and you can change the variant here. It's like in the properties, in the variables panel. So if I want to use the tablet variant, for example, on desktop, I just change it here. Or let me use the phone variant, for example. I just change it. And now the desktop breakpoint uses the mobile variant. So you can have a different variant of a component for each breakpoint. And last component example, what I want to show you is, for example, changing the logo to our own. So you just double click until you get to the component, to the logo component, or you can just find it here. But I like to double click until I get there more. And let me change this to let's change this to my name right now. Let's delete the icon. or you can change the image here, but for now let's delete it. And if you take a look at the website, you can see that it uses now my name also in the footer. Instead of the logo of the template, it uses my name. So this is how you use and change the components.